The 2024-25 season is fast approaching, and as Arsenal embark on the latest tour of the USA, things have been happening behind the scenes. So today we'll break down all of what we learnt from Arsenal's first official game back, discuss the exclusive news regarding Riccardo Calafiori, find out who is Arsenal's first official summer signing, and reveal the massive developments regarding the future of our forwards. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Baz14, welcome back to your boys channel, and I hope you guys are doing sensational as always. The return of Arteta ball is only days away, so as per, smash a like on the video if you enjoy and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are now only 1,000 subscribers away from the big 200k. But starting off with the official Arsenal return. Ahead of a tour of the USA with Bournemouth, Man United and Liverpool looming, Mikel Arteta's Arsenal had a quick pit stop at the Sober Reality Centre as they faced League One side Leyton Orient in a behind closed doors friendly. The final score being 2-0 to the Arsenal. Goal scorers Gabriel Jesus and Emil Smith-Rowe. The Arsenal lineup was Carl Hine in goal with a back four of White, Timber, Haven and Lewis Kelly. A midfield three of Partey, Odegaard and Nelson, with a front three of Vieira, Jesus and Nketiah. That's right, Reece Nelson was actually playing as a left number 8, which is perfectly shown in the first Arsenal goal. From Reece Nelson playing deep, linking up with the inverted Miles Lewis Kelly as a left back, to a fluid Eddie Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus. Rotating from left wing to striker, a fluid Arsenal goal and our first one back. But focusing on the build-up phase and Miles Lewis Kelly specifically, Arsenal fans should not be surprised to see him playing as an inverted left back. Despite thriving for the Arsenal Academy as a midfielder, with his level of physicality, aggression on and off the ball, as the Gunner blog said earlier this month, there's a lot of excitement around Miles Lewis Kelly, and I think his best position is as a 6, but there have been discussions about moving him to left back as well, as a Zinchenko-style inverted left back. But let's talk about the goal scorer for a second. A fully fit and sharp Gabriel Jesus, with another clip of him causing absolute chaos. Alongside a goal, he also got an assist. So hearing Team News and Tick say this recently, people within Arsenal think Gabriel Jesus is a top 5'9" in the world at his best. That's how highly they rate him. It makes you wonder, what if? What if we can get that Gabriel Jesus from the first part of 22-23, dancing past defenders, scoring goals, getting assists and causing so much chaos, with a whole summer of no international football, not going to the Copa America, Havertz, Saka and Co still recovering from the Euros? Will preseason be the moment of Gabriel Jesus, or will it also be the moment of Emil Smith-Rowe? Coming off the bench in the second half playing as a left number 8, 3 minutes later he was on the score sheet, even ended the game as the Arsenal captain. To put into context, his last competitive Arsenal goal was May 2022 against Chelsea, yet it's been that long. He's currently a man in demand, with Fabrizio Romano saying the Fulham have had a proposal rejected this week, and Palace are set to try. What does Mikel Arteta think though? Well, according to Ed Aarons, Mikel Arteta is understood to want to keep Emil Smith-Rowe at Arsenal, despite using him sparingly last season. Smith-Rowe will be a part of the club's tour of the USA on Sunday. Then Mikel Arteta will decide his future. There was also a few more things to learn from this game though. The fact that you had Fabio Vieira starting as a right winger, Mikel Arteta using him as almost as Bernardo Silva, Benny Blanco as always on the overlap, but noticeably playing with no sort of knee strap, something that was a theme last season. You also have to talk about Yuri and Timber, starting as a centre-back alongside Haven, with a fully fit Ben White, the likes of Saliba and Gabriel returning, the imminent arrival of a certain Italian. The question becomes, where does Arteta use Timber next season? A player so comfortable on the ball that he needs to be in the 11. As my boy George has pointed out in the Cannon podcast, with how comfortable Timber is on the ball high up the pitch, the perfect level of aggression to win the ball back, could we even see Mikel Arteta use him as a left number 8? But what about the Arsenal players that weren't involved with the game? Well, here we saw Jorginho announcing his Arsenal return, alongside Arsenal's new addition to the medical department, Manuel Marcelo Ribeiro. You then had our boy Kai Havertz, who we have to give a massive congrats to, as he married his long-term partner Sophia on their wedding this Thursday. So talking of things as official, Arsenal have made their own announcement, confirming every single player part of their squad travelling to the USA, including the likes of Jakub Kiwior, Thomas Partey and Jorginho, the returning Leandro Trossard and the captain Martin Odegaard. But where exactly is Takehiro Tomiyasu? Well, according to James Bench, Tomiyasu could actually miss the entirety of Arsenal's preseason after sustaining a knee injury. No timescale has been publicly announced his recovery, but CBS Sports sources indicate the initial estimate have him silent for 2 to 3 weeks. The one Arsenal player that can play everywhere but barely plays anywhere because he's barely ever fit. It's a real dagger, especially in terms of timing, with the imminent arrival of a new left back. As much as Mikel Arteta loves the player, there's a reason why he's made him with Calafiori. Moving on to Arsenal's first official signing. In a summer transfer window that's been fairly slow for Arsenal fans, the first official player is through the door, 18-year-old Tommy Setford, as Arsenal announced the signing of the English youth international from Ajax. As the player says, "I'm very proud to announce my transfer to Arsenal, and even prouder that I can now officially call myself a Gunner. I look forward to developing further at this amazing club." Setford's definitely a player who's got a unique story. Born in the Netherlands but to an English father, having spent the last 10 years in the Ajax academy, many people at Ajax saw this guy as a future first teamer. The person in his way was actually his older brother. Charlie Setford, 20 years of age, also part of the Ajax academy, was ahead of Tommy in the pecking order. So as Tommy Setford says, at Ajax I've been there for 10-11 years now and Arsenal came along. I think it's the best step I could have made. But Setford isn't going to be our only goalkeeping signing. As Alan Nixon reports, Arsenal have now made a new and improved bid for Wolves goalkeeper Dan Bentley, thought to be in the region of £300,000. Despite Wolves' £1 million valuation of the player, the two clubs are close to agreeing a compromise. From a youngster in Setford to an experienced player like Bentley, 31 years of age, playing only 7 times for Wolves in the last 2 seasons. The key part is the fact that he used to be at Brentford. 3 years as a starter alongside our current goalkeeper Inaki Kana, who, as we've seen in the case of David Raya, plays a massive part in the goalkeepers at Arsenal side. According to reports, Bentley will be our 3rd goalkeeper in command, with young goalkeepers Lewis Nygaard and Tommy Setford for the reserves. Aaron Ramsdale is also looking for a move away. But talking of signings that Arsenal are about to make official, another one is around the corner, with the Fabrizio Romano exclusive confirming Arsenal and Bologna have finally reached an agreement for Riccardo Calafiori. The fee is set to be €40 million plus 5 million add-ons and a future sell-on clause, with the final step being between Basel and Bologna, who need to agree on how they're going to pay the 50% sell-on fee, and then we get a here we go. And let's just say our pursuit has been far from easy. This has been a player that's been highly in demand, and so much so that even at the last minute, as Fabrizio Romano says, one club tried to hijack the move. But Riccardo Calafiori has always been clear, telling the board at Bologna that as soon as he returned from holiday, he wanted to leave and make his dream come true, after agreeing a 5-year deal with Arsenal. This, my friends, is what you call market authority. To sign one of the most in-demand defenders in all Europe in a market full of inflation for only £35 million, Arsenal was stern in negotiations and it finally paid off. Not going against our principles and overpaying, sticking to our valuation and controlling negotiations. The patience has led to a potential bargain, because at 22 years of age, Calafiori is a player who excels in terms of ball interceptions, aerial duels, passing and tackling, and has no significant weaknesses. In terms of in the air, he's actually elite, winning a whopping 71% of his aerial duels last season, the 2nd highest in all of the Serie A. A monster of an athlete that can play as a centre-back and as a left-back. Mikel Arteta is finally getting a profile that he's always wanted. Think of the pursuit of Lisandro Martinez back in 2022, a left-footed defender that's comfortable with driving out of the back. Here's how Calafiori compares to the other Arsenal fullbacks. More goal involvements with 7, the highest goal success rates, alongside far more recoveries and interceptions. As pointed out by Who Scored, with 5 assists last year, no centre-back registered more in Europe's top 5 leagues last season. On paper it may be a defensive signing, but going forwards is also an impact. Calafiori's elite composure on the ball will take our build-up phase to a new level, able to drive through presses and make things happen, perfectly summed up by his clutch assists against Croatia in Euro 2024. This might be Arsenal's brand new back four, that despite costing under £150 million, might just be the best in the land. Let's not forget that only 3 years ago, we were starting the likes of Kolasinac, Holding and Chambers. As Fabrizio now confirms the final steps are taking place, Bologna and Basel are both discussing the payment terms of the clause, as talks are ongoing between all parties to get the deal sealed. Arsenal are waiting for the green light. It looks like a defender is all but done, but what about a new attacker? Well, here you have reported Arsenal target Nico Williams. After a standout Euro 2024, he is now in Italy enjoying his holidays. There is a battle developing in terms of his future. On one side you've got Arsenal, but on the other side you've got FC Barcelona. Having already had a meeting with the agent Nico Williams, the question remains, can they play his €50 million release clause? According to Team News and Text, if Barca can't sign Nico Williams due to financial reasons, then Arsenal are positioning themselves. He is Arsenal's top choice. They tried very hard to get him before Euro 24, but Barca was his preference. Moving on to the other Arsenal news today. Starting off with developments regarding the future of Reiss Nelson. According to an ex-West Ham employee, Nelson is now a top target for West Ham. It's thought they originally wanted to try a loan move with an option to buy, but Arsenal would rather sell. Talks will now continue this week around the structure of a possible move worth £15 million. This is a move that just makes so much sense. On one side, with Nelson being a hell ender, Arsenal would get clear profit in terms of FFP, but also for the player at 24 years of age. Moving to a Premier League club as a marquee signing, under brand new manager Julian Lopetegui, could be the prime opportunity to kickstart his career. But Nelson isn't the only Arsenal forward that's in demand. Fabrizio Romano confirms Olympique Marseille have sent their initial proposal to Arsenal for Eddie Nketiah. No agreement is close, but negotiations have started between clubs. He's one of their top targets after signing Mason Greenwood. And again for Eddie, it makes so much sense. With only 10 starts in the Premier League last season, he's now 25 years of age entering his peak. He's never had a single year where he scored more than 10 league goals. According to Santiago Una, Nketiah wants to join Marseille after being persuaded by their sporting project, and contract negotiations are progressing positively. But in terms of Arsenal forwards on their way out, we actually have one more to talk about. Young wonder kid Chido Obi Martin, who, as Fabrizio Romano says, also consider Chido Obi Martin gone. Despite a big proposal from Arsenal, he is leaving the club. The player has since visited Man United, who are really trying to sign him, while Bayern, Newcastle, Monaco and Frankfurt have also made contact. It's a shame to see him move on, but at the same time I can't blame Arsenal. They tried their best to make it happen, but at one point, you can't let a 16-year-old decide negotiations. As Fabrizio says, Arsenal made a fantastic effort to keep Obi Martin at the club. They offered him a really important contract, very big money for academy player, and also involved Mikel Arteta in conversations, but it was simply not enough. We wish him the best for a future where it looks like he's going to Man United, who with Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee already have 2 strikers that are under 23. Instead, we have to focus on players that are committed to our club, the likes of Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan Nwaneri, who are part of 12 academy players that are joining Arsenal on their tour of the USA, alongside the likes of Aiden Heaven, Michael Rosiak and Charles Saga Jr. Youngsters will come and go, but Hale N will keep producing. That is a video there and there though, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy on all of his social medias, then the links are down below in the description. But that was the latest episode of the Transfers FC as Arsenal embark with their tour of the USA, where my next video will be in the USA, in LA, as I cover the Arsenal out there over the pond. So as per, stay tuned as always, and I'll see you next time. Take care. And thanks.